I once and still have occasional anger moments, but now ever since the beginning of 2022, I have been learning to control my emotions, both good and bad ones. And like Kratos from God of War always says, keep your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed.
Just some stupid pots and Draugr. No magical treasure and no whetstone.
Keep your expectations low, Prey, and you will never be disappointed.
Which is such a very true saying, because ever since I played God of War, I've learned that you always have to have your expectations low. Which is a life lesson in general. And I'm not trying to make it all about God of War, just reference that just for my video that I'm talking about today, which is learning how to control your emotions, especially anger. Learning how to control your anger, especially emotions. So, since we're talking about emotions, let me get to the first one, which is anger.
That's what you get!
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
Your emotions can really dictate what will happen in your life. A life lesson I always learn from experience is that anything you can do can lead to consequences, bad or good. Bad things lead to bad consequences, good things lead to good consequences. So you have to know how to control your emotions. You have to know how to control yourself when you're experiencing emotions. That's why I'm going to explain them. Anger. Your anger can lead to many great things or many chaotic things. You can be dealing with a toxic situation and some people can just snap and do something that can cause them to regret what they did in their lives, such as killing, stealing, damaging something or someone, etc. I wouldn't want no one to ever let their anger guide them that way. Instead, you should guide your anger into putting it in your productive things, such as exercising, creative projects, or even just have a full self-development twist in your life. I always say that when your anger, when you feel like something is inside you and you know that people are saying so many things about you, especially if it comes to like wrongly criticizing you, put that work into what you're trying to do, so that not just to prove them wrong, but to also make yourself proud by putting it into progress. Oh, I can't do this. I can't never exercise. I can't never do this. Put it in and do it. Oh, my family, they always talk about how my YouTube channel isn't going to work. It's a waste of time. There's no purpose of using it. There's no purpose of doing it. Well, what I can tell you is that you need to put in the work, post those videos, make that short form content, whatever you're doing, and then when you see the growth and progress out of it, there's nothing they can do about it. Just like if you were to exercise and somebody says you're fat and you'll never do nothing, then when you exercise and you put in the work and then maybe 1 year later you change and you look skinny, and then they see the dramatic change, they're like, what the heck happened? Because you put in the work. Because you hold in your anger. And I can tell you from experience that when you're holding your anger and letting it out into your personal productive efforts can really make you feel good and prove that person wrong without laying a finger or laying a word at them.
You lost control.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you...
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine. Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
Cut it out!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again! Your anger. You can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
That's why I tell you, when you think strategically with your emotions, you'll be shocked on how they can help you in your real internal and external life. Now, if you're in a situation where you're arguing with somebody or mad at somebody and you can't leave that room because of that certain reason, or maybe you have to live with them or something, you can't force yourself to get out to live or nothing, then don't discuss the subject no more. And if it gets to the point where it gets too toxic, you need to cut that person off or out of your life, rather if it's a friend or a family member. And I always recommend, if it's a family member, just be cordial with them, because you don't know when you might see them again to a family event, or if they may need you for something, or if you might need them. So when it comes to a family member, you can cut them off, but just be cordial with them. With a friend, that's different. Just cut them off in general if they're just toxic. And this signature quote I wanted to make here is what I wanted to give you. Never treat others negative because they were negative to you, but instead give them a positive atmosphere, because you don't know when that person may need you for something. That's a signature quote I live by and that I just recently made, and I want it to be something that you guys can live up to as well with your anger and your emotions, so that you can always go by that and remember that. Now, there's a big difference between somebody needing you and somebody using you, but that's a whole different topic we can talk about. But of course, if somebody's needing you, help them. Don't be evil, because you see the heroes, they don't kill the villain, they help the villain unless you're anti-hero in your life. But yeah, but if somebody's using you, get them cut off. Get them cut off. But overall, express your feelings and opinions to people if you must. But just know that you don't have to let your anger control you, because anything bad can happen. You don't know, that person may need you or you may need them. So that's why I'm a big advocate for not lashing out at people so hard, because like I say, you don't know if they may need to help you or if you may need them. And vice versa, that person shouldn't do it to you. That's why if you're arguing with a person or something, y'all should talk, settle down. But if it gets to the point where it's like this, y'all need to distance yourselves or cut each other off if y'all being toxic, or that one person is being toxic. Next one is fear. People tend to be scared by many things, but you have to understand that sometimes getting too fearful can lead to you having anxiety, stress, or even doubt. It's okay to be aware, but don't be fearful. Like I said on one of my videos about exposing the matrix, give you a little sneak peek here, people perceive the world as dangerous because of bad things that goes on in this world, not just in America, but all over. And I understand that you should be aware, but fear can lead you to doing crazy things. Lead you to doing things that are so peculiar that somebody will be scratching their head every time they're seeing you, like, what the heck's going on? When you let fear control you, your faith won't lead you, but instead the faith will leave you. You got to know when it's time to just face your fear so that the anxiety or stress can go away. It's okay to go outside. It's okay to have fun. Everyone's not out here to get you or hunt you down. It's okay to take that calculated risk for whatever you're trying to do. Who cares what people think? It's scary, but the impact may be great. Just like you going outside, driving your car, going to a restaurant, going somewhere. Not everybody's going to rob you. Not everybody's going to try to kill you. Even though we see what the news has with all these killings and things that are happening as it's recording, but you can't be fearful. You can't. Because if you do, then you'll never do nothing. Like I said, once again, of course be aware, but don't normalize it that you have to always have your guard up. Because if you do, then what's the purpose of enjoying your life? Sit down, relax, look around if anything bad is going on, but just relax. Don't be so aware. Because when you're distracted, that's the best time somebody can get you. Because when you're running in a circle, that's the best time somebody can just, boom, stab you right there. And now you stop running in circles. Why? Because he done got you. Why? You're not distracted. Live life with optimism. I understand that some of us have fears, but eventually you're going to have to face them. Because maybe if you don't, you probably won't grow or develop into that person that God or even yourself may see fit in your life. And for that, that goes to anybody, whether you're faith-based or not. You know, I just want you to know that if you believe like I believe, God sees what you're doing. Can't let fear get you. Ego and pride. By doing my research, ego and pride are two different things, but pride itself can be a good thing to some people in this world. But for me as a Christian, it's a sin because it makes you feel that you're the only one doing things, but God is actually the one doing things in your life, and vice versa. If you're worldly and not faith-based, your team or your classmates are doing things, or your colleagues are doing things, and it's not you. But to get to the point here, ego and pride are both bad things because your ego can have you gaining false things and making your faith be shambled, with also pride being bad because you're only worried about yourself and what you do. You, the viewer, has to keep reminding yourself that it's not you, but it's your teammates, it's your classmates, colleagues, and even God, if you're faith-based. But you gotta sometimes put your ego down to let the situation be at peace. If your friend is forcing you to date that person and they see that now y'all don't have a good vibe together, then their ego is put down. If an old person thinks that they know everything and you keep telling them that they're wrong and they're not listening and that some of their stuff may be outdated, then they'll learn for themselves if the thing is not working. And then they'll be like, oh, it is outdated, because they learned their lesson. Your emotions is something that has to be controlled and managed, because if it's not, then you'll surely most definitely have a life full of regrets and pessimism. So please lead yourself on the right path so that your life can be free of the troubles of consequences, or even can be free of troubles or consequences of your emotional actions.